Hello you guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a request that I got a few days ago. I finally played the game and I'm letting you guys know my thoughts on it. It's going to be MLB Road to the Show 20. Now usually I don't play games like this, but it was a request and I was like, yeah, I can do that, no problem, man. So I played the game, excuse me, and I'm going to let you know what I thought about it. So, with every character creation game, I make an absolute monster because that's half the fun. If you play these games, you have to try making a monster. Like, it will terrify you as you play the game. It's so hilarious. And for some reason, whenever you make a monster, their facial expressions are just hilarious. Like, they open their mouth or something, and it just looks like, oh man, it's the funniest thing ever. I decided I was gonna make a white elf from the from the Highlands. So I was trying to give him really big ears and like a pointy head, but then and like a really long nose. So he ended up looking more like a bird and less like an elf. But you know, it was still fun. I still enjoyed doing it. And I was like, man, I was like, I'm gonna name you Bend Over because I am 12 years old and I really need your help. I got problems, man. But no, let's talk about the game. I don't really like games like this for a couple of reasons. One, there's no storyline, and two, it's a cash grab of every single year. I'm not even kidding. Madden, when I was into Madden, I started with Madden 2008, right? I played Madden 2012, Madden 2013, Madden 2015, Madden 2016, and then I was like, dude, these are the same games. Nothing's changed about it. They might change some controls here or there, the rosters might change, but really, they charge you $60 a year for the same game. And so I was like, man, and this is just my personal opinion. If you like these games, that's fine. I'm not saying anything too negative about them. I just think they could, for what they're charging you for, $60 a year, it's essentially a subscription. You're like, okay, let's buy, if you're going to buy every game, you better have $60 a year. Or, you know, you're, it's, to me, it's like, man, like when you buy a game, like God of War or the new Miles Morales. If you pay $60, that's okay because you're getting a compelling story, you're getting compelling characters, you're getting a compelling game, a game that's going to leave a lasting impression. How many times have you gotten on these sports games and you play a couple games and you win and you're like, all right, that was fun, and then nothing happens because there's no emotional connection. Now, if you do play the like franchise settings or Road to the Show, you could get attached to your characters. I suggest if you're going to play this game and you want some kind of emotional connection, give your character a backstory. Write down where they're from, who were their parents, why did they want to play baseball, how did they get started in baseball, what's their dreams for the future, what do they want to get out of being a pro baseball player. If you create the story arc yourself, then you're more likely to have a fun time with it because then there's a reason why you're wanting to win games. Try to create stakes for why you want to win games. That's the biggest thing. If games cannot trigger an emotional reaction besides anger and frustration, they have failed as a game. If they cannot make you feel feelings of happiness when you finally overcome a challenge, they failed as a game. If all they do is frustrate you and make you throw your controller, they failed as a game. When you give them character arcs, I promise you, it will increase your emotional connection. If you act in a way that lets the character be separate from you, be a separate identity, it starts to become more like a movie and less like you playing a sports game. And that's something I can get behind. If you want to play these games and role play these games, I think these games would be awesome for it because they do give you, this game in particular, I haven't played the others, does give you dialogue options so that you basically pick your character type. So it's almost essentially made for you to role play these characters. You pick your character type and then you can pick different dialogue options depending on who you're character is. You can pick different ones for, you know, anything, but it does give you the dialogue option to go with your character type. So my character type, I put headstrong because, you know, he's a bird. He doesn't understand people that well. If you want to do this seriously, I kind of did it as a joke, just to kind of get a laugh out of it. The coach was like, "Hey, like, what do you want to? It's time to show them who we are." And then because he was headstrong, he was like, "I can't wait to show them what I can do instead of what we can." But yes, so my character played the tryouts. Somehow I threw out three people, which was amazing to me because I'm not good at it at all. And then I was allowed to continue, and that's where my footage stopped because I was really, guys, I gotta be honest, I was getting really bored with the game. I was like, man, this is really boring. But again, that's just me. I'm not meaning to attack. If this is your favorite game in the world, I'm not meaning to attack you. Play whatever game makes you happy. You know, you can play MLB The Show 20, and I will play games like Skyrim. That's okay. There are niches in the gaming community. Not everyone is going to like a game you like, and not everyone is going to agree on games, but the best part is you're still gamers at the end of the day. Even if you play mobile games, you are still a gamer. That is a controversial statement right there, but you are still gamers. It doesn't matter what game you play as long as it makes you happy. Now, I'm going to get into the ratings, but before I get into the ratings, I want to talk a little bit about my character, Ben Dover. Okay? God damn it, that fucking name, dude. Jesus Christ. So, he was born in Alabama, and he was a byproduct of vicious inbreeding. And that will not come back to haunt me later. But he is retired. So, I want to take a few seconds to talk about my boy, Ben Dover. Okay? Ben Dover was the douchiest person I've ever met in my entire life. He was such a wiener to everyone. And he played the tryouts, and he got frustrated, and then he decided to retire. So that is the story of Ben Dover. Yes. Now that we got that out of the way. Ratings for this game. Replayability, 11 out of 10. There's no end, so you can pretty much play this game forever. Story doesn't apply here. It's not applicable. Animations, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is my review of MLB The Show 2020. And before I end this video, I just want to talk a little bit about the pandemic and stuff like that. You know, it's still good that people are coming out with games during this time, as long as they're doing it properly. But the video game has skyrocketed since the pandemic started, and people are kind of seeing the importance of keeping yourself entertained as we're on lockdown and social distancing. But you guys didn't come here to listen about that. Stay safe, you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye.